Imagine pulling off the impossible, literally in the dead of night. 2.5 hours. That is all it took. Just 150 minutes for American military forces to breach a foreign capital, capture a head of state, and completely vanish back over the Caribbean Sea. I mean, it sounds exactly like the climax of a Hollywood thriller, right? But this was a remarkably precise, real-world military strike. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're reconstructing the night of January 2nd, 2026. The night U.S. forces captured Venezuelan leader Nicolás Maduro in a mission officially dubbed Operation Absolute Resolve. Now, just to be super clear right up front, this reconstruction is based strictly on statements from the U.S. government, the military, and verified reporting from major outlets like Reuters, Axios, and The Washington Post. We are sticking purely to the facts here. While some covert details of special ops always stay classified, the sheer volume of confirmed data we do have gives us a staggering look into how this whole thing was executed. Okay, let's dive right in. Section 1. The tactical preparation. Because to understand the execution, we really have to understand the groundwork. A mission of this unprecedented scale doesn't just happen overnight. The level of meticulous detail here was absolutely staggering. According to Reuters, the CIA actually had a team on the ground in Venezuela since August. They secured an inside source close to Maduro to track his daily routines and movements. But they didn't just stop at gathering intelligence. Get this. American Special Forces literally built an exact, full-scale replica of Maduro's secure compound just to run practice drills. They practiced the whole shebang over and over. And then they had to wait for the perfect weather window. The Washington Post noted that cloud cover and atmospheric conditions were absolutely critical. They couldn't just strike on a random Tuesday. They needed the exact right conditions to camouflage their entry. And to pull this off, the sheer scale of the preparation involved more than 150 American aircraft, deployed from around 20 different bases. We're talking F-35 and F-22 stealth fighters, B-1 bombers, drones, refueling tankers, and advanced electronic warfare aircraft. To put that into perspective, this wasn't just a quick tactical raid. This was a massive synchronized airborne armada coordinating across the entire hemisphere. Section 2. The night of the raid. With all the pieces finally on the board, the operation was greenlit. The speed of the execution was just breathtaking. Here is the exact timeline. At 10:46 p.m. Eastern Time, President Trump gives the final order. Boom. By roughly 1:01 a.m., American forces arrive at Maduro's compound in Caracas. And by 3:29 a.m., the extraction forces are already back in the air, flying out over the sea. The entire ground phase, from touchdown to capture to wheels up, happened in roughly 2.5 hours. So how do they actually get in undetected? The cinematic details here are wild. The extraction helicopters flew a perilous 100 feet above the Caribbean Sea. I mean, they were practically skimming the water to stay completely under the radar. Meanwhile, high above them, U.S. electronic warfare aircraft were actively jamming and crippling Venezuelan air defenses. Because of this total technological blackout, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth noted that Maduro allegedly only had a 3-minute warning before American troops were literally at his door. Just 3 minutes. Now, it's crucial to note that they didn't just walk in unopposed. When the helicopters arrived, they took heavy fire. One helicopter was actually hit during the assault, but incredibly, it managed to keep flying. The troops on the ground came heavily equipped for a fight, even bringing blowtorches specifically prepared to cut through the heavily reinforced steel doors at the compound. Inside that compound, total chaos erupted. According to the U.S. timeline, Maduro attempted to make a desperate run for a highly secure safe room. But remember that replica compound they trained on? The American Special Forces and FBI agents moving through the real layout were simply too fast. They intercepted and captured him before he could even lock himself down. From there, he and his wife were immediately evacuated to the helicopters and flown out into the dark night. Section 3. The USS Iwo Jima photo. The tactical execution was flawless for sure, but it was the aftermath that completely shifted the global conversation. Hours later, President Trump released a photo of Nicolás Maduro aboard the USS Iwo Jima warship. And almost immediately, the internet absolutely exploded with a very bizarre question. Why on earth was the Venezuelan leader wearing a modern, gray Nike Tech Fleece tracksuit? Like, did he go to sleep in it? Did the Americans put him in it? What is going on here? Well, it's essential we apply a strict journalistic lens here. Despite massive internet rumors claiming, the U.S. dressed him in Nike to humiliate him, There's actually no public verified proof of who provided the clothing or exactly when he changed into it. CNN noted that the photo was not taken at his house, but later on the ship, and it remains totally unclear how much choice he had in his attire. As we unpack this explainer, we really have to separate internet memes from the verified military record. Let's deconstruct the elements of this famous photo for a second. Alongside the tracksuit, Maduro is blindfolded, wearing heavy ear protection and handcuffed, surrounded by U.S. military personnel. Now, this wasn't just standard procedure for a photo op. As analysts pointed out, his vision and hearing were deliberately restricted by the military to completely disorient him and sever his awareness of his surroundings. But the symbolic impact of this moment was profound. The Spanish newspaper El País actually published a fascinating analysis on this. You see, for years, Maduro cultivated an image of an untouchable, powerful head of state. But this photo, with its stark composition, the poor lighting, and the everyday athleisure empire, it acted as a devastating visual of absolute power loss. It wasn't just proof of capture, it became an instantly iconic representation of a leader stripped of all authority, reduced to a disoriented captive. And then, the internet did what the internet does best. People absolutely zeroed in on the outfit. CNN reported that this specific gray Nike Tech fleece tracksuit retails for about $260. Well, suddenly social media users were obsessively tracking down the exact model, the price, where to buy it. It became a bizarre, massive cultural phenomenon literally overnight. Which leads us to a massive, almost absurd irony noted by sources like The National. A highly classified, intensely dangerous military raid accidentally triggered a massive surge in search interest for an American sportswear brand. A covert strike effectively became a free global marketing campaign. It's honestly a wild testament to how fast and strange the modern information age really is. So what does this all mean? What should you take away from all this? Look, Operation Absolute Resolve was undeniably a marvel of modern military precision, a 2.5-hour masterclass in intelligence gathering, electronic warfare, and special operations. But it leaves us with a pretty provocative question. Decades from now, will history remember this event more for its flawless tactical execution or for the bizarre viral image of a fallen leader in a gray tracksuit? Thanks for exploring the facts with me today. And as always, keep questioning what you see.